Okay, hi, how are you? We're gonna talk about today about one special process. But first I want to make like a little exercise. I want you to have this. And can you read it, please?
Letter,
Okay.
rotor,
I didn't hear what this is.
letter, rotor. Para. So.
I have one special for you.
Teléfono. Pero,
Volga. So. Ojo. Okay. So today we're going to talk about the reading process. I want you to read these kind of words because they're not words that are common for you. So while we are going to talk about like this process, I'm going to explain you in which process are you in those kind of words. Okay? So, okay, it's the reading process. This process, there's difference between the processes. As you all know, we have been like working with process, and you have been like presenting different kind of process. But your process are like manual. They're outside your body. You make them. Here, it's a process that it's mental, it's cognitive. Cognitive means that it's inside your mind. There are processes you can make with your mind. So this process is a different kind of process. And in adults, it's an automatic process. It's not like in kids that they need to learn how to read. So it's a complex process of decoding symbols. Decoding, it's like traducing the graphics into phonemes, okay? Into phonics. You have the graphic, you have the phonic, so you traduce them, or yeah. The goal is communication and sharing ideas, and it's the complex interaction between the text and the reading. And the final goal is communication. So how does reading work? The first big step you have to take is the visual process. You read the word. It's a simple word, an English word, it's cat. I help you in the little like words with a kind of drawing, okay? So now I'm gonna take out all those little words. You remember your word, Fatima?
Yeah. Letter.
Okay, you remember your word?
Luna.
Okay, you remember your word?
yellow.
Okay, that's fine. So the first step is like the visual process. It's just looking at the word. You have different kind of muscles that help your eye to move in order to focus the letters and the word.
Okay.
Okay.
The next is about when you read it, you know it's pronounced. So now you want to know the meaning. So next is the word identification. The process of determining in pronounce of an unknown word. For example, like a cat. It's like being able to arrive at the pronounce of a print word constitute the word identification in most minimal sense.
So, for example, you know the pronunciation of each letter, so it's easy for you to read the paper I gave you because it's like you know which are the relationship between the graphic form of a letter and the phonic form of a letter. So it's really easy to understand it like that way.
Okay. Next is about the process of translation a print word into a sound. First, you see the center of it is the decoding. When first you saw the verb, it's like the virtual process. You see it, watch it, and then you know it's the verb like that. And the next is about try to pronounce it like phonological processing, and then you memorize it with the pronounce and the verb how to spell it. And now next is the verbal short-term memory. It's like you memorize the verb in short memory. You recognize it and know it. And next is the processing rate. It's like how the speed you memorize it. Okay, when you remember the verb in very short memory, okay, you want to remember it forever as a long memory, so you want to word memorize. Okay, I can access to the words that are already in the long-term memory in order to recognize it. It's what we talked about before, how it you saw it, pronounce it, and read it and memorize in a short memory. And then, if a print word is not in a reader's meaning vocabulary, word identification skills may allow access the word pronunciation, but not its meaning. It's like means when you read the word, you didn't know the meaning, but you can still read it, pronounce it correctly.
So at the beginning, you can read the words that I gave you, but for example, you have it in your short-term memory. You know what your word is because you memorize it in your short-term memory. But for example, if I ask you for the same word, like I don't know, 2 days later, I don't know if you're gonna recognize it. So this kind of memory is the long-term memory. You have the short-term, you read it and you remember it for like I don't know. In adults it's like 50 minutes, but then you're if it's not in your like internal memory, this is an internal memory. It's really like possible that you can forget it.
Here is the example. Use cat. When you see the cat, you know how to. The first time you saw the cat, you may know how to spell it. C-A-T. You know that, and you will know how to pronounce it. But when you saw the real cat with the verb, you will be like by doing the vision process and visual process and the pronounce and the spelling together when you saw the real cat with the verb, with the cat verb. Then this text comprehension, like.
Yeah, you have the word, you have the pronunciation of the word, then you make the mix between the pronunciation of the word and the meaning of the word, and then you have the real meaning. You have like a visual image of the word. You translate it to the visual image.
Like, okay, let's conclude it. The reading process is from like cat, the text to decoding. Decoding can separate it to 4 sections, like verbal short-term memory, phonological process, processing right, visual processing. And then when you're decoding it, you want to identify the word. So next is the word identifying. When you identify it, you want to remember it, and then you can see the real cat and know and say it's a cat. It's like text comprehension. And it's the same system like when we eat food. When you masticate the food in your mouth, and then you want to get the nutritive from the food, and then so the system running is like the decoding is like the masticate the food, and when your body gets the nutritive, it's like you memorize the meaning of the word. I think everyone understand what's the reading process. So this is our presentation.